back here with Persona 3 Portable, where last time I made a bunch of bad dialogue choices and failed to get a small child a drink. Fizzy drink. Phrasing was not the best there. Anyway, we're gonna go to Tartarus, because they keep bugging me about it in a way that makes me fear I'm missing something big. And it'll exhaust us, but then we'll have some Yawn Be Gone and maybe stay at Be Blue V or sleep in or something, and then hopefully we'll all be better before the full moon, because that sounds like it's gonna be scary. But we'll pop over to Tartarus for now. Tick tock, tick tock. Looks like everyone's in good spirits. Okay, so this might be a real short episode on your end, depending on how long I spend here. I might just be doing a bit of grinding and getting some treasures and stuff. Resume from 16th floor. Well, I guess I might as well, just to see if the barrier's gone or something. I'm assuming it only goes away after the full moon. Grinding commence! Yeah, it's starting to seem like they were just bugging me to try and keep my level high, but... Well, I'm already here, I've already made the choice and saved, so... We'll do a bit of grind and get some more levels and personas, maybe, and stuff. There is sort of a limit, an upper limit to the personas I can get at the moment, and then, like, I'm becoming bottlenecked by my persona level, so until that goes up any... Ooh, Jack Frost Endurance went up by 1. Neato. Until I level up per a few more times, we won't be able to do much more persona merging anyway. No, I've only got 6, so I could get more. And which ones are we missing? All the basic ones, like Nekomata, Pixie, Ipsaris, Angel. Not a bad time to get some more money and stuff anyway as well. Because I'm assuming there's going to be new inventory coming in after the full moon situation as well. And again, the whole tiredness system does act as a sort of, like, a light anti-grinding feature anyway, so... I think I would know if I was grinding way too excessively. I'm probably overloving myself a little here. Nice Miss Bozo. Got the Ipsaris there. Haven't even moved up a floor. We're already getting... all the good loot. Also with RPGs like this, there tend to be a lot of, like, neat and rare occurrences that are like 1 in a million, so just doing lots of fighting and exploring isn't a bad thing to do anyway, just in the hopes that we maybe see some of these things like rare monsters and like that one floor that was just death and a bunch of treasure chests, etc. Pixie card. Let's swipe that one, shall we? That's 8 now, I think. Ow. 548 damage. Neat. Thanks, crew. I'll probably call this grind sesh when we hit the point where they're all like, I'm getting tired, guys. I'll finish whatever run I'm on. Oh, another stat increase. Strength up by 1. 2 back-to-back. That's got to be pretty rare. Or maybe at some point it just starts doing them more frequently for some reason. Maybe it has to do with your luck stat? I don't know. When we get to the point where they're all like, I'm getting tired, I'm starting to feel beat, I'll finish out whatever run of the tower we're doing at that point, and that is when we'll call this Tartarus session. And probably this episode, depending on how soon it happens. It seems like you usually get like a good hour of fighting before that happens. Oh, and Junpei's feeling great right now. Oh, that's why he's doing so much more damage. Okay, yeah, so that does actually seem to have a pretty substantial increase on your damage output. It doesn't specifically alter your stats as such, does it? 57. I think that's how it was before. So I think it's just in the battles the damage output is higher and you probably take less. And he's been dodging a lot as well, I guess there's that. So yeah, Great does seem to be pretty effective. Obviously I don't know what Junpei's up to, so I don't know why he's in such good condition. But it'll be, now that I noticed that, it'll be a good trial run to see how quickly it wears off and everything. But yeah, it does seem like something you want before intense fights to be in great condition. So my idea of sleeping in before then is probably not a bad move. That said, our enhanced agility is also helping our dodge chances, so there are numerous contributing factors. I've been dipping out every 5 floors when it gives me the teleport back to home, just to save in case I die by a rogue crit or something, but I don't know if there's some kind of benefit to be had by not going to the AP, like if you run from floor 2 all the way to 16 in one go, if somehow the rewards are better or whatever. I would assume not. You'd feel like they would have mentioned that. I mean, granted, it's an RPG. They chronically don't mention important stuff, but hey, I'm not that fussed. That death thing that showed up, I'm assuming at the very least at this point in the game, it's a no-go trying to engage it. But I did kind of idly wonder to myself if it was something like the FOEs in Etrian Odyssey, where like it seems like the kind of thing that will just one-shot you at first, but like if you're a few levels above the area, it's actually a boss that's worthwhile for good experience and stuff. I don't know if it's like that or if it'll always just be a situation of never encounter this thing, avoid at all costs. It does seem like the kind of thing that could be something you're kind of meant to challenge as a super boss later in the game. Oh, I can't believe it gave me that. That is incredibly generous. Okay.
That's a rare form. Teach it a lesson.
Yeah. So I still don't really know what I ought to be doing here, because it definitely resisted magic the few times we hit it with that, I think. I think we're basically just supposed to attack with the equipped weapon and hope we land a strike on it. And it just kind of... Did it just flip me off? And it kind of has like a something % chance to flee at any of its turns. So it's basically luck how long it hangs around. But I was just wondering if there was some kind of spell I could use that, like... Well, not with you, I guess. Some kind of spell that was a better thing to use, spell or item to use to make it stunned or have a lower chance of dodging or something. Oh, we critted it. No, we didn't. It just normal hit.
Don't let it escape.
So she says don't let it escape, but again, I have no idea what I would do to prevent it from doing so. Nor do I know what I did to make it weak to my slash that one time that happened. I guess it's just once you hit it with 2 attacks, it dies or something like that. I don't know. It's something weird anyway. We got another wealth coin though, which is 6,000 yen, which is not bad. It's a bit... Feels like a bit not enough for how difficult those things are to catch sometimes, but I'll take it. You know what, I am curious, assuming I remember, once I finish this run, I might just try dropping Yukari and Junpei out of my party and just running the first 5 floors over and over as per. He might be at a point where he can solo them, and it'll give him 3 times the experience. We can, like, power level him a bit. It's not probably an awful thing if he's a little higher level than the rest of the party, since the whole fusing personas deal is all just about him. Probably I'll die if I try, but I am curious to do so anyway. 940. You don't get quite that much from those cards. That is fortuitous. In every sense of the word. So I think the coin always ends up on the left side if you do that, right? But why can you skip through that? How would you be able to expect? I guess that's why, is because it's consistent. So you're allowed to skip through it because you can just say, I know when it's 2 cards like that the one on the left is going to stay on the left. It's a bit weird that it's like that, actually. It's so sad they can't climb the stairs to run away from me. It feels so awful, I'm sorry. But the RPG demands it. I think no. I suppose in a situation like that, you can take it if you feel daring enough to try and run away from death, who generally doesn't seem to outrun you or anything, but I'm not feeling that daring, so forget it. I definitely wouldn't chance soloing this floor and onward because the grave beetles, I don't stand it. Well, I mean, I could take one down soloing it as per, but they are the ones who can, like, do that ram thing out of nowhere and crit you, and it's awful. I mean, probably I've upgraded myself a little since then, so that wouldn't happen again, but... Because even when they did kill me like that, they killed me by, like, a margin of 1 health point. I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, some people say hit point. But that never sat right with me. And I think it is originally what D&D would intended, so to speak, was that HP stands for hit point. But it always sounded wrong to me, because if you're, like, poisoned and losing health from poison, you're not getting hit. So you're not losing hit points, you're losing health points, surely. Oh, I accidentally soloed this one. Oops. But yeah, you can see it's possible. It can be done. That's probably my 30s. Oh my god. It's probably also my time as a Nintendo boy, though, because they tend to refer to your stuff as, like, hearts or health. I can't think of any Nintendo game that refers to it as hit points. Seems like Junpei's great condition is hanging on for a while. I assume there would be some kind of dialogue when it goes away. He'll be like, man, I'm not feeling as hot as I was a minute ago, or something. I get from a gameplay balance perspective why it does make some sense to not make it so that there's an actual time limit here, because it would feel like an undue pressure that isn't really improving the game any, rather than the way they've done it where you get tired and that's your effective time limit, and that's something that can be sort of reversed, so it's a bit more amorphous. But from a lore perspective, it does really feel like you should have, like, an hour every night when you go to Tartarus. But I understand the reason why they didn't do it, because it just makes the whole game feel icky if you're, like, constantly there's, like, a time limit in the corner. This way it feels like you have a bit more agency in when you choose to leave, because you technically don't have to leave at any point. It just gets a lot harder, which I prefer. I've also heard that Yonbigon was not in the original Persona 3, and that was something they added for either FES or Portable, and so you would get tired a lot more frequently and have a lot less means of... a lot fewer means, I guess, of remedying it, or at least a few fewer means. I would definitely like to try the original Persona 3 at some point, having heard all I've heard about the differences. I have no qualms about the fact that we've started with this one, though. It does feel like, for the most part, not having played the first one, I'm getting the feeling that it's mostly faithful to the important stuff. And, of course, people wanted to see, I assume, the female protagonist route, which I do also, since I've heard it's pretty good. These RPGs always get me, though, with their, like, 8 different versions, none of which is the definitive version, because they all have different story stuff. Gotta be nearing a level up for Per at this point, I wager. Like 20 left or something? 120. Okay, maybe I was a little off in my estimation. I'm just gonna turn the music and sound down by, like, 1 point. Oh, I can turn the voice up. I don't have to do that. Let's go turn the voice up by a decent bit, because I find them kind of hard to hear in the fights sometimes. Oh, you can change the dub from the menu here. That's cool. Ah, almost. When I'm trying to solo with Per, I should probably, Ooh, there's my level up. Oh, it was Jack Frost level up, rather. When I'm soloing with Per, I should probably swap to a persona who doesn't have any elemental resistance weaknesses. Even though I would like to level Jack Frost up some. Yeah, my endurance is getting pretty high now. And there's Ice Boost learned for us. And Mabufu hits everyone with ice, was it? So it does. Oh yeah, while I'm here, I might as well give a try at some fusing. See what kind of things we can look at and spy here. If there are any new ones. I was told how to pronounce this, and I've forgotten now. I believe it was Undefeatable Twilight Cat Girl who told me, so thank you very much for that. And I'm going to go look for your comment now so I remember how to pronounce it. Roughly pronounced Leonon She. Okay, I think. Thank you, Undefeatable Twilight Cat Girl. She saw? Have we ever seen that? I don't think so. It's kind of being covered by the bonus XP thing. Oh, okay, I can sort of see it when it fades out. Decent stats across the board, with Luck being the only one really falling behind. Mabufu, Gale Slash, inheriting all these. Learns Mazio and gets the skill card for Gale Slash. Neato. Elemental, we, strong against light, I think. Nullifies ice, weak to fire. Cool. Oh, Principality. Gotta remember you because you've got the skill card for Media, which I want. We've only seen one of the Tower Arcana so far, I think, and it's this crazy high-level Eligor thing. If we get a Persona level up one more, we could get this Tam Lin thing. It has a handful of interesting skills to it. It gets you A. I know. It wasn't funny the first time. Fortuna of the Arcana of Fortune, as you might expect. Oh, it's got like the Wheel of Fortune. That's very disconcerting. And it's got Magaru. Aru. Oh, like it's a Garu that hits everyone? Dodge wind, evasion rate up versus wind attacks. Fascinating. A lot of these feel like, I guess once you have like 14 personas you can hold, you could get one that has an evasion up versus every element. So that you could be prepared for any fight. Not sure if it's a one of those passives, or if it's something you'd have to cast on yourself to make that happen. And Magaru for everybody, and skill card of Magaru. Stats aren't all that impressive for level 17, though. Just decent magic and agility. The others are falling behind some. Again, weak to fire, but strong against wind. A lot of them are weak to fire. I thought it was just because of my fondness for ice that I kept running into that, but it seems like it's just a thing that a lot of them have. At the moment, it doesn't seem like there's much worth fusing that's really in our level range. So Per's level, yet again, appears to be the bottleneck. But we could get Tam Lin once we've hit level 13, which is very soon. I'm just assuming I do have a persona that has no elemental weaknesses. Those aren't extraordinarily rare, so I'm just guessing I've got one on hand at the moment. If not, I suppose I better fuse one for leveling up Per. Hello, rare box. Doink! Yuzumaru. In other words, a cool 20,000 yen. 2,000 yen for us. Ooh, another one. Oops, sorry. Hit square for some reason by instinct. And happily I shall take this box, in which was another Yuzumaru. I can see through the wall. There's nothing worth getting over there. There's a level for Per! So we make that Tam Lin thing alright quick, and that'll give us a whole other line of fuses, maybe, presumably, hopefully, possibly. Junpei's still feeling good, huh? Right on. I was really thinking that was going to be the sort of, oh, I'm glad I checked this last little quarter. I almost walked by it without doing this a little bit, being like, there's nothing important there. What are the odds? I was really thinking you were going to run out of your condition a lot faster than this, so it seems like being in great condition before going to Tartarus is a very, very, very good idea, like Junpei was saying. I wondered if maybe he would be exaggerating the usefulness of that, since, like, maybe it wouldn't be as good on this difficulty, but it seems like it's pretty worth it. I won't, like, guarantee I'm in great condition before every Tartarus venture, but I will try to make sure I'm doing it before any significant venture. Like if we're going into a new zone, or if we know there's a boss fight coming up, or whatever. Well, if we're going into a new zone, I guess we do know there's a boss fight coming up, but you get the point. I'm probably going to be mostly taking the wands when we go solo, if the whole purpose of the venture is to level in faster anyway. I'm always like slightly disappointed when I see that like one that looks like a broken mirror, like someone shot a bullet through a mirror. And I remember it doesn't do anything because it looks so dramatic and cool, like it looks like it would be a wild card that would do something random or something. But it's just the nothing card. So the shadows like take people back here to kill them? Like why is there blood everywhere? That's what I want to know. Maybe the shadows, some of them just like leak blood. Alright, made it to the end. So we'll return to the entrance. See what kind of persona shenanigans we can do in the Velvet Room. Then I'll try those first 5 floors a few times with just Per. See what kind of leveling we can get him. Oh right, well for one thing we can do Tam Lin now. As soon as I remember what combination does that. Well this is one combination that'll do it anyway. So I say go for it. Ooh, wow, look at the elements on this one. I didn't even check that before. Strong against slashing, strong against fire, strong against lightning, nullifies light. So you can forgive the slightly lower stats, I guess, because of how crazy resistant it is to so many elements. I mean, it might be worth keeping this one around just for that, I suppose. Oh, that's so cool. I am Tam Lin. I will protect you with everything I have! Awesome. I feel so safe, thank you. Let's just see if that gets us any new ones. Narcissus. Oh, very cool looking. It's got flowers on its head. It also gets Sexy Dance Dekunda, which is, I assume, one of the raises stats things, because the Undas so far have been. No, that's the Akajas have been raised stats. Unda has been lower enemy stats. I don't know what Dek would be, though. Lowers enemy agility or something? You get Monte Cardin for Charm. You got loads of luck and magic. Charm boost increases odds of charming a foe. Okay, interesting. Deal light wind to everyone. Then you're inheriting all this junk. A very interesting support one. Strong against ice, lightning, and wind. Just weak against slash. That could be a useful combination. It's not for now anyway, because it's level 20. Very cool indeed. Maybe you're the one to hang on to while I'm grinding up Per's level. Sorry about it, Jack Frost, but if you're weak to fire, there are a lot of things in the earlier zones that do fire. It's probably not the best move we could have. You're weak to light. I don't think we've run into anything that does light yet, so I guess if I wanted the skill card for Mudo, I could start leveling you some. I think I'll probably equip Tam Lin as we carry on here. It might be that this whole leveling up Per solo idea thing is a bad idea and just not going to work at all. But if it does, and we can really power level him like 5 levels in this one session that way. That's probably exaggerating. More like 2. It would probably be worth it. What? Come on, dude, take me! Okay. Sorry, guys, I just want to see how this goes. I think it's probably basically just going to be like, there's a good chance that if they crit me, I just get stuck in an infinite loop and die. And maybe it means I should be staying away from anyone who's like more than 2 monsters, like this one I think is 3. And so maybe it means I just shouldn't be doing this, or if I am going to do it, I should be doing it with, oh, I didn't swap the persona after all that. Ow! Wait, I meant to swap the persona. No, because I just chose to go by myself. Wait, give it a minute, Thanks. So see, the thing is, I meant to swap personas. So that specifically didn't happen. And then it'll be fine. I guess we may as well take up Saris, since we've got some open room now. Oh, that was one of the ones I already had. Bugger. Anyway, it still might not be viable. It might just be that we like... Ooh, see, this one's got hyphen. Okay, so that is a passive one, Ice Boost. We don't have to use it. So just by having the spell on Jack Frost and having the Ice Bangle thing equipped, our ice is going to do, like, ridiculous quantities, it would seem. And it might, like I was saying, like I've tried to say like 8 times now, at 6,000 yen! Oh, are the rewards better when you're by yourself, too? It might just be a sort of thing where it's not viable to do this because we might get critted at some point and it'll all turn bad at that point. But I mean... They're only doing that much damage with their like, buffed up attacks. Like their type advantage attacks. Which is going to be most of them. The only thing we're worried about is crits, and even that's not going to be that big of a deal, because it'll only multiply their damage from like 7 to like 30. So this probably is a decently viable way at this point, now that we're this strong. To dunk on some fools and get some experience and looting things. And of course, if we get player advantage, I basically just get to crit them and go off like that. Ooh, and the magic wand plus per biting himself is going to give us super experience, even though I did want that pixie card. Yeah, I think the rewards might be better if you're by yourself as well. Like I say, though, I daren't really go above 4 or 5 this way, though. Aha, your fire can't type advantage me anymore. That does do a decent bit of damage, though.
3 enemies detected.
Oops. Missing's going to be tough. Right, so what just happened there was I got my player advantage attack, which I missed, and then I got the first strike on the rest of it, I assume because my agility is higher. Since I'm going to be taking more damage this way, though, I am going to run through my SP faster. But if I'm only going 5 floors at a time before healing, should be fine. We'll just grab this pixie card, since there's no wander out. Oops. I got it wrong, I was going for the sword. I got all tripped up. So if Akihiko's a boxer, I'm still assuming he gets on our party at some point. Is he going to get, like knuckle dusters or something to fight with? That'll be cool. I just got to do it again anyway, after missing. 33 experience in 1 fight feels pretty good. Nah, maybe it was just chance that I was getting good roars from those boxes earlier. Although granted, they did say something about going back in and scrambling the layout. It proves the kind of rewards and stuff you'll be getting, so... It might just be that every time you go through, the rewards get fractionally better, and I'm just seeing the results of that accumulating. There's no one to give orders to. I was just kind of curious what would happen if I tried. What a stunning victory. Thanks, Mister. Senpai, you sure are a motivational boss. Even getting credit and stuff. I'm still gonna be totally fine. Ah, that's mean. Nah, I probably wouldn't have had any chance of catching it by myself anyway. After 5 floors, we got, what, about 300 experience from all that? Something close anyway. Not bad at all. I might just take that loop a few times, and then I'll probably resume going with my whole party until one of them says they're getting tired. Which, well, I guess will be Yukari, because Junpei's been feeling great. I absolutely should have gone to the... Oh, sorry, whoops. Please don't be the skull one. Good, okay. One more? Oh, I lied. The blank... Oh, okay, no, it just lets me retry this one. Well, I don't want this one. Good to know the blank card does have a chance at doing something, though. I should have used personas before. Okay, 91. Clearly, being by yourself does not just flat rate increase the rewards. I should have used personas before going back in here anyway, but too late. I do feel like I've been getting shuffle time more frequently this time around now, though. So I wonder if maybe, like, your luck stat or, like, how quickly you defeat the battle increases your chances of shuffle time or something weird. Got one of you. Not likely I'll get you on my own. Yeah, that was fairly underwhelming. It does seem like basically just hit it twice and then you win, right? Like the second attack is always weak. It's always weak too for some reason. Ooh, do you think anything happens if I get 2 enemies like together in a room? Do I get like a super encounter? Like in Tales of Xillia? Oh, maybe it won't happen. Yeah, they don't really leave this room. Okay, never mind. Tell you what, we're gonna be laughing all the way to the bank after this excursion. We're already back up at 71k. That's before selling off any of our miscellaneous items. Oh, that was interesting. Kind of hung a bit before actually going to the fight. I do quite like this card system of, like, there's like a little bit of a skill strategy component to getting the loot from the fights. It's like, it's a small thing, but it just adds its own bit of flavor and character, you know? I dig it. Ooh, 4 enemies, dare I? Ah, if I've got player advantage, I'm probably gonna create one of these. And get some one more. Maybe we would hit them all before their turn. Yeah, there we go. It'd be awesome if we got a wand after that fight. But no luck. Would have gotten like 60 experience if we had. Or just double it, would it be up to 40? Can't remember. I was thinking I might just go till we get Per to level 15 before we regroup with our friends. I think it just doubles it, the wand. Or thereabouts, anyway. And I was just about to say, if we got about 300 experience in the last venture, and then we had 320 left to go, we should be just about leveling up at the end of this go-through. So there's his level now. Next level is 878, so it'll take a little bit more. But we're up at persona level 14, so hard to argue with that. Who wants to make a unicorn? Unicorn, you want a corn. I want to make a unicorn. Let's fuse it now. This persona seems to be holding something within itself. I am Unicorn. I will shield you and heal your wounds. Thank you! Oh, so you're another one with the heart situation where I want to level you up and get some equipment later? Seems that way. Weak to fire nullifies ice, strong against lightning. Light. So once again, another one that I'm sort of is magic heavy and ice themed that I'm building that's got some unique equipment to it. And let's just, out of curiosity, what kind of fuses can that get us? Even though I'd like to see what this unique armor is later. More armor, equipment, whatever. No immediately unique fuses out of that. Okay, so I wish there was a way to like favorite them so I know not to fuse them out. I don't want to mess with Tamlin because that's my one I'm using for grinding because it's got no weaknesses right now, which is nice. I want to fuse out Jack Frost because he's my little buddy and he's got the equipment and he's iconic and he's one I built a lot. Don't want to fuse out Unicorn because you got equipment. Don't want to fuse out Orpheus because you're my signature one. So at the moment, there are like 4 important ones I gotta remember not to fuse by my own persnickety rule set. And I'll level dear old Per up to 15, or I'll try. Going through this, I guess it'll take me about 3 goes from level 2 to 5. And then carry on with the rest of my friends until one of them gets tired. Probably you, Gotti. Or says they're close to getting tired. By the way, what personas does that mean I can accept now? Apsaris, Angel, Nekomata, not Pixie, basically. Sure would be nice to get 4 enemies down and then get a wand. It's yet to happen, I think. By my own, I mean. Oh, look at Tamlin, so cool. Still haven't seen any of those red shadows like Akihiko-senpai was warning us about. I do wonder what that's about. Might just be that there aren't any in our starting zone. That run-through put me at 563 experience to go, so 2 more run-throughs it seems like it will be, but I'll just see what kind of fusings we can do with them cards now. Not looking like anything super terribly new, so maybe we'll do Pixie and Lilum and grab Valkyrie here and see what we can do with Valkyrie. Alright, now that we got Yuko, that strength thing is on the table. I am Valkyrie. Our hearts are united. Let our journey together begin! Cool. We get to you with Apsaris to get Yomotsu Shikome. Okay, now numbers 1 through 4 are my don't touch these ones bunch, so it's nice and easy to remember now. Just only dealing with these bottom 3. What is their triangle fuse? Berith. Oh, I suppose I could, yeah. It's one we've never had before. I think so. It ought to have some interesting fuses out of it. Or it may.
I am Berith, the stalwart harbinger of thy victory.
Oh, thank you. That's nice. I'm Per. I'm in swim team. Ooh. Ares is a new one. Of the chariot. Arcana Zane. Deals medium/damage to one foe. New moon bonus. Ooh, so this counter physical attacks thing, do you think that's another passive? That I don't even have to do anything? That would be kind of neat to just always have that on. Decent strength and endurance. The rest of the stats a little less impressive. Strong against slashing and fire. Weak to wind. Outside of my core party, I'm basically just trying to get as many varied personas as possible. And maybe one of them will come in handy during a later fight. I'll be like, oh hey, it's a new moon and I've got a new moon bonus here. I'm sort of not assuming so. Well, I don't know. I mean, it can't hurt to have a whole bunch of them around anyway. For fusing variety and for, like, maybe one of their eclectic skills will come in handy. And I'm not expecting it. Obviously, I don't actually have to leave. I could stay on the same floor battling enemies until I hit the next level, but of course I'm getting rewards from the chests by every time I go through, so I am incentivized to go through multiple times for that reason. I'm sort of feeling like, even if I don't use the Unicorn anytime soon, if I get to a really, like, high level, like we get 2 zones ahead, I should be able to level it up a whole bunch at that point fairly easily, with because we'll be getting more experience from later zones.
Have the potential to grow even stronger.
To the point that it'll be very easy to get its whatever special equipment it yields then. Ooh, is that a 4-fer that I got a wand on? That's my excuse for why I'm not leveling Unicorn right now then. Anyway, I mean that and it would take more thought if I have an elemental vulnerability. Especially one so common as fire. Oh, this one isn't consistent. I thought it was going to be like before. Or the coin would end up in the middle. So it's only the 2-fers that are weird and consistent, I guess? I guess it's probably like, it always does the exact same number of swaps. And it picks randomly which 2 to swap, but if there are only 2, then that's the only, they can only do one thing. So if the number of swaps is consistent, it will always turn out the same. Even if it's randomly picking which one to swap. So it seems only the 2-fers are consistent, which makes some sense. Although you would think they would just do a random number of swaps to avoid that precise happening. It does seem like some of those higher level cards, like Nekomata and stuff, are not showing up on these first few floors, though.
This is not good.
I'm not concerned. I think I'll just rejoin with my friends after this one, even if we don't quite make it to level 15, because we'll be so close that by the time we're fought a bit with our friends anyway, we'll almost certainly hit it. And that'll wrap our final solo excursion of the day. What a satisfying excursion this has been, though. Surely now you bunch can't tell me that we're not doing enough Tartarus visits, right? Surely we're all satisfied with this? Every member of Seas is in agreement? Okay, I think so. Good. Do a wee bit of fusing before we carry back on in there? We've yet to see that one that we were told we unlocked with the Chongsum yet, right? Supposedly there was one that looked like a little girl. Oh, unless that thing where it was like, we should see a little, there was a little kid at the shrine after school was somehow due to the Chongsum. No, she said it was a persona, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, she did. I'm pretty sure now that I think about it. We could get Slime back. I did like Slime. The vibes were nice with Slime. What is Yatagarasu again? Oh, that's cool, Raven. So cool. Let's grab Slime with these three then. Slime has emerged from the sea of your soul. I'm not sure how I feel about you saying that. Buddies, let's resume, please. Thank you. Toothpick me. He won't be sorry.
Let's do this.
I guess he says that because he's in great condition. Now we go till one of them, presumably Yukari, says they're getting tired. I suppose I could grind them up quickly doing the same thing where if I just order them to go all fight shadows on this floor, but I'd prefer we fight together so I can choose the cards and everything. Get back here! Oh, I didn't think you were gonna go that way. You sneaked me. You sneaked me.
Who's the man?
It's the first time in a while we've not gotten a shuffle time. So that, presumably, is somewhat tied to how many people you have. Shadows, I'm ready for you! I'll chop you up in a little bit of pieces. He's feeling quite pumped, it would seem. I wonder if it's possible that it's easier to sneak up on enemies when there are fewer of you also. I won't take the access point this time if I remember. I'll just try and go from floor 2 straight to 16. See if that's any better. If like doing it all in one run improves the rewards or something. I'm starting to imagine that those... that thing where I kept going back to the dorm and they were like, hey, we should go to Tartarus tonight, Burr. I'm assuming that was either just if you haven't been to Tartarus in like a certain number of days they start saying that, or it was because the full moon's approaching, so that was their way of telling me to be level for the fight. I'm not thinking it had to do with like, if I didn't go that night, there'd be more apathized people the next day or something. I'm assuming that's not what it is. I'm assuming that like, maybe it's like Mitsuda Senpai is like radar equipment or something, but I was sort of assuming that like canonically the reason the map builds as you progress is because your character is just like remembering, okay, from a left turn here was this and that, which is incredibly impressive. There's no way that looking at a building like this from their perspective I would be able to like be like, oh yeah, I remember just from the right there's another T-shaped hallway, the left T went right to the stairs and the right T went to the access point. There's no way I'd be able to just remember it after having run through it once. So assuming it's that and not that Mitsuda Senpai's like radar equipment or whatever maps the place out for it as we run it. Very impressive, you bunch. Remembering all this. I mean, you know, fighting monsters is pretty impressive too. Just while we're talking about how impressive you all are, and what an honor it is to fight by your side. Well, that's improbable. It's level for Yukari and Yo. There's some strength, magic, and endurance. Right on. All those physical things. Well, all those sort of blunt stats. The less weird and funky probability stats and more just the hard stats. Oh, I didn't even check the map there. There might have been more to do on that floor. Sorry. Yeah. My bad. Tagged one. Let's see if we can capitalize off it, Jim.
That's a rare form. Teach it a lesson.
I didn't even get a chance, Fred. RPG moment. Successfully catches monster, does nothing wrong, instantly loses. Magaru gem. Ah. Like the Matsuyo gem, I assume that is basically capsulized use of the Magaru that hits everyone with wind. Probably handy to have a whole bunch of them gems around, so if we suddenly come up upon a boss who clearly is weak to a particular element, but say it's Garu and only Yukari has Garu, or for some reason we don't want to equip the persona that has Garu to her, or we want Junpei to help, etc. Another one. There are a handful of instances where that would be useful. That's very curious. That's the first time we've seen that ever. From a chest. Despite having been all over here. So it's either because we've gone in and out so many times that the rewards have been like upgraded, or perhaps it has something to do with the fact that we're doing it all in one continuous run now. There's Hermes and Junpei up a level, getting some strength, agility, and luck. Right on. Ooh, a Fornius card. Well, don't mind if I do. I think we can release Pixie happily enough. We're up at 100,000 yen now. Without even having sold off all our stuff. It's gotta be close for Per, right? Yeah, pretty dang. Sorry. Tell you what, I've been sort of stressed out about the time in this game lately. Coming up upon this full moon boss. I feel like I gotta get stuff done before that, because it's like, I feel like it probably marks the, I'm still assuming it's a boss. Because I'm feeling like it probably marks the end of one chapter and the beginning of another, basically. But that's kind of silly, because we're gonna have all the time in the world to do all kinds of funky things after the boss. Well, I guess my concern partly was that we're gonna get, like, new quests and potentially new missions to do when the midterms are coming up, so there were a handful of things that were going to change after the full moon, and change is scary and hard, and that's really what I was resistant to. But now that we're so close to it, I'm feeling like, oh yeah, let's get all this new stuff unlocked. That'll definitely happen once we progress past this whole moon phase. That ought to be the level 4 Per! Whoosh! You know what, if I'm with my friends, I can probably swap off Tam Lin now, actually. I should have done that earlier. Put it back on Jack Frost. I feel comfortable and confident and safe with my friends. Man, I forgot how nice it was to play a game where the characters don't all, like, hate each other and want each other to die horribly. They actually, like, resemble something like friends. And care for each other and have wants and desires outside of murder and torture. I could sheer cry. What a relief it is. Did that just say Jack Frost's stats have leveled up? I was skipping through it. Show what it said on screen right now, Admiral. Okay, good. Maybe it said they're too high to level up or something. Doesn't look like any stat went up. Yeah, I'm not totally convinced that going through it all in one without returning to the lobby is actually improving our rewards or anything. I think I keep looking for patterns where there are none. I'm guessing the upper limit for money... Well, actually, it almost looks like there could be room for one more digit there, but I was otherwise going to guess it's 999,999. She said, because Elizabeth said something about, you know, if you should reach it, then I might not be able to pay you, which does sound like it's an amount that would be reasonable to reach. And 9,999,999 seems a little less reasonable to reach, but I could see myself hitting 1 mil. I would expect sometime around now is when we're gonna hear Yukari. See, she's getting worn out.
Just one more.
But it sure has been a long while, and Junpei's still feeling great, so yeah, clearly great is the way to be for long excursions. If you have any concerns about them at all. Rare box! Shizumaru. Whoever it is that fellow was that Elizabeth said owned the sword, sure had a whole bunch of them.
That was easy.
And now the police have most of them. You'd have to imagine that the police are gonna run out of space for all these medieval weapons we're finding. I'm going to be such a happy individual when we sell all this stuff. That's gonna be so satisfying. I've just got like pages and pages of swords and shirts and stuff. 16 imitation katanas. It seems as though a bunch of my personas take more experience to level up than Yukari and Junpei's, but also than some of the other ones do, and then I do. Because this Jack Frost, we've had it for a while now, but like for me to get from level 14 to 15 was 800 experience, but for this one, I mean, Jack Frost has remaining to get to level 12, 1300, so. It takes Jack Frost a lot more to level up than it does me, so I'm assuming that's part of why you're going to want to be swapping out to newer personas as you go. The experience required for the next level is going to scale a little more reasonably with as you go on, I imagine. Like, I assume it scales somewhat from where their starting level was. So a persona who started at level 5 is going to be a lot harder to get from 20 to 21 than a persona who started at level 18. For example, and for that reason it will soon become untenable to level up Jack Frost any further. But they made it sound like leveling it up was how I would get that heart dealio out of it, so they are expecting me to level him up some more at least, and presumably ditto for the unicorn.
One enemy detected. Strike first.
Oh my god.
Take the enemy down.
Outrageous accuracy on this beetle. I was planning to record even a bit more of this today, but This grind session has been going on so long and it's been so satisfying, I think I might just stop after this recording.
Who's the man?
Did we leave Yukari behind? No. I heard her say one more. I just didn't see her there a minute ago. Ooh, getting to a new zone is going to be so interesting. We're going to see all kinds of new cards, probably. New rewards from the chests, new personas, new shadows. Might even be new music, new aesthetic to the area, new quests. Oh. It's all kicking off when we get to the new zone. Probably on my second playthrough that we do for female main character, I'll be like a little zippier with the social sim stuff. I'll make decisions a little more quickly and be a little less concerned about the consequences. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just be like this the whole time, or we inch along the months because I'm choosing every social interaction so carefully and taking long times to grind and everything. Like I was saying though, we haven't hit a fight yet where I've felt like, oh man, we were really under-leveled for this. All the fights we've encountered, it's been like, okay, yeah, if I know what I'm doing, that's not that unreasonable. So it might be that I'm, on our second playthrough, I also grind less. You know what, even if I don't get the whole, I'm getting tired, boss, thing for the end of this run, we'll call it here. We've done more than enough battling for one day. As I was saying before, I think it probably how fast they tire is at least somewhat tied to how much damage they're taking also, so since we're taking so much less, we're gonna tire out even slower. Certainly dying seems to take a greater chunk out of their will to carry on, but I expect damage does it as well, considering I feel like we normally would have heard it by now, but we've been taking so much less damage because we're so leveled up that we're barely giving them a chance to hit at any time. That ought to take care of it then for today. I will have that sword card, please, and thank you. Boink! So it's looking like next time we pick this up, first of all, we'll be selling a whole bunch of junk, and we might be seeing what happens on a full moon. I'm assuming some big fight? We might be seeing, though. Surely now you bunch are happy that we've gone to Tartarus, right? And you'll stop telling poor Purr that he's not doing enough. Good, I'm glad. Oh, better do some Velvet Room before we close it out proper, though. But yeah, I think things are gonna hit something of a head next episode. Huapo! Oh, that's the one that she said was like a little girl, right? Okay, right. A whole bunch of magic, some Magician Arcana, gets Maragi, Repatra, is inheriting all these. Aguilao deals medium fire damage, and it gets the skill card for fire boost, alright. Nullifies fire, weak to ice. Doesn't seem super extraordinarily unique at a glance, but there you have it. It is one we can fuse in, though. No, sorry, I lied. It's 20. I was looking at the wrong number. Well, my temptation would be to fuse in more ones that we haven't had yet, like... So, Koten. Ooh. I can do that with Slime and Fornius. That would be interesting. Go for it! Ooh, and it's gonna get a whole bunch of experience from that. Ba-bang!
I am Zokoten. From this day forth I shall be with you.
Will you now? Ooh, level it twice. First time we've seen that, I think. Got its assault dive, therefore. You might just be a handy one to have around now for your highest strength. I assume it's the highest we've got. So it is, and by a hair our highest endurance. No, Jack Frost still has a beat there. It is our highest luck, but less because it's exceptional and more because the rest of our lucks are kind of poor. What's Sharp Student do again? Lowers odds of sustaining crit damage. Odds of sustaining crit damage, right. So that could be pretty useful because crit damage is not just, oh no, a bit more health I took. It's an entire extra move for the opponent. Strong against blunt and fire and weak to wind. So I wouldn't mind that skill card, I tells ya. But I have to level it up 3 times, which seems unlikely, saying it aloud. Given how much you need, or, unlikely to happen anytime soon. Oh yeah, I'm near to being able to forge in Principality. That'll be all, cheers! Bye, friends. And that'll be all for us as well. The next video on the channel is going to be some Mirror's Edge. I had a hankering to play it after setting it up for Archipelago earlier, because I learned there was a Mirror's Edge Archipelago, so I was like, I'll set it up for Archipelago and see how it works. And then I just had to play through all of Mirror's Edge twice. So I did! And after that is gonna be some more Baba Is You. So thank you so very much for coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace! Is that what was in your video, maybe? Can I say something? It's because my dad was smoking in bed. No, I have something I'd like to report.
What is it?
Can't even be put into words. You'll have to just come look for yourself.